And so I just want to say welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the first day of this next 40 days, where together we will have a morning meditation and musing, and it will be posted Monday through Friday every week. But I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for joining. My name is Claudia René, but what and who I am is spirit, holy and divine, just like you. And so we get this opportunity to touch base in the morning for this time of meditation. What I wanted to share with you is that this material that I will be springboarding from is from The Way of the Heart by Jeshua ben Joseph, and it's in a series of 3 books. This is my book, which is really not very attractive or pretty anymore, and I will post the picture of the book that you can get through the Shanti Christo Foundation, but you can also get this material online as well as through, is there another place, Tony, where they can get it?
You go to Shanti Christo Foundation and you go to Amazon.
Okay, Shanti Christo Foundation and Amazon. So anyway, I feel really a little like off. So I might start all over again. And so how grateful I am for this opportunity to begin again, to start again with one another. And that the invitation, which is a message that was given recently that can be found at True Thought, is the invitation has been given. And for me, the invitation that I have answered is to be a minister of God. And that according to the lineage, the Christ lineage is what calls my heart. And the voice of that lineage for me comes through Jesus and the work by the Way of Mastery as channeled with the voice of Jeshua ben Joseph. And this is the material that I springboard off of for our morning musings over the next 40 days. And I'm so very grateful that you're joining me. And the invitation of my heart is, when I first read the words in A Course of Miracles about the Great Crusade, and what the Great Crusade is the voice for God that is calling the Christ of our being. It's calling us each to awaken to our divine identity as beloved and holy children of God. And when we awaken to that nature, our divine nature, I call that the Christ of my being. And the Great Crusade in A Course in Miracles has three components or 3 steps, and those 3 steps are to listen for the voice of God, and to learn to undo error, and then to do miracles. And so may this time together be dedicated to listening for the voice for God, listening to that still small voice, pausing frequently throughout not only our moments together, but throughout our day, to pause and take a good deep breath and to ask, are you there, Spirit, holy and divine? And to listen. And then the learning piece is to learn to undo the thoughts of fear, learn to question my thoughts, learn to inquire as to the thoughts that I'm thinking, and then to offer them upon an altar. And so here I have an altar set up in my particular sanctuary, in my particular home. And what I've learned over the years is that I can have many kinds of outer altars, but the altar is ever only a representation of the inner altar, which is the altar of the heart. And when I imagine the altar of my heart, I imagine the intersection of the horizontal plane, the experience of this life, of being in the world, and having this experience where I identify as Claudia Rene, but then that intersection of that horizontal plane of the past and the future, and that it intersects at the vertical, where I can remember and rise into the knowing, yes, I'm in the world, but I'm not of it. And so that is where the altar of the heart is. And the reason that I begin with that is because that is in our particular devotional today. And so the devotional today is actually called The Promise. And it's in the very beginning of the Way of Mastery. And I'd like to read it as our devotional this morning, and then lead a brief meditation and conclude with a prayer. And this will start our day, and it will start our 40 days together, where we'll springboard off of the Way of the Heart writings. And so I just invite you to turn within. And as I approach my altar, I simply release all that has been, all that has transpired before, and all that will be. And as I release, I anoint myself. And with this particular anointing, I anoint the crown of my head, that the crown may be open to receive the divine impress of the voice for God. And I anoint the third eye, the spiritual eye, that I may see in the power center of the throat chakra, that my words are the words of Christ, and the heart chakra, that I may open to love. And I anoint the hands and feet that bless my doing. And so I invite you to listen to these words, this promise from Jeshua ben Joseph. If you become wholly committed to awakening from the dream you have dreamt since the stars first began to appear in the heavens, and if your one desire is to be only what God created, then lay at the altar of your heart with every breath, everything that you think you know, everything that you think you need, and look lovingly upon every place that fear has made a home in your mind, and allow correction to come. It will come. Regardless of how you experience it, it will come. And the day and the moment will arise, and all of your pain and fear and suffering will have vanished like a wind that pushes the foam of the wave away, revealing the clarity of the ocean beneath you. You will literally feel throughout your being that there never was a dream. Some memories might remain with you, and you will know that somewhere you must have dreamt a dream or had a thought of wondering what it would be like to be other than what God created you. But it will be such a faint echo that it will leave no trace upon you. In your heart, you will smile gently regardless of your circumstances in which you find yourself. There will be peace from the crown of the head to the tip of the toes, and that peace will walk before you wherever you go. It will enter a room before you enter it with a body. And those who are becoming sensitive will wonder who has come into their place. And some will even say, behold, I believe Christ has come for dinner. And you will be that one, for that is who you are, Christ eternal. And so we take a breath here. And we can place the hand before the heart. And as we do so, we can say to the self, this is who I am. This is what I am. This is how I serve as Christ eternal. You see, this is what has been called the second coming. It is the aliveness, the awakeness, the awareness of our divine identity as Christ. And the journey is simply this journey. As A Course in Miracles says, the journey without distance to a destination, to a place that has never changed. And so what we herald at the beginning of our journey together is that journey home, the journey to self, the journey to the divine self. And that journey is assured. The invitation, the call has been made. And it is said that all are called. And the question becomes, will you answer? And so we practice answering that call together. And it is in this reading that everything that we need to know is given. That if we become wholly committed to awakening from the dream that we dreamt, and all that dream is this walking asleep in this experience of life, believing that we are separate, and that we can know that we're dreaming anytime we feel fear or separation in our hearts or in our experience of life. And all that is being asked here is the willingness to be wholly committed, to allow the self to be wholly committed. It is said that this is a binary proposition. Love or fear. Asked another way, we can ask the self, am I wholly committed to love? To allowing love full sway. And there's something within us that says yes, and so we allow that yes to come forth. We demonstrate our commitment, our wholehearted commitment, by dedicating to a practice such as this. We begin with little steps of a meditation, of a prayer. And we begin to allow it to be our practice of being wholly committed to love. And so I take a breath here and I allow a commitment to wash over me. A relaxing of the shoulders. And I say yes. May my affirmation this day be that I am wholly committed to awakening from this dream. I am wholly committed to love. I am wholly committed to being that which I already am an emissary of light. I take a breath here. And with this next breath, I open the heart space as the shoulders have dropped. The altar of the heart that love leads, and the one desire of my heart that I proclaim this day, my one desire, my wholehearted desire is to be as God created me to be. And I affirm and say in this moment and throughout the day, I am as God created me. I am as God created me. It is said that contemplation upon this one statement brings forth salvation. To be as God created, not what I believed or thought myself to be. I let that go. I place upon the altar everything I think I thought, everything I have believed. I place it upon the altar to be transformed and transmuted, that I may be as God created me to be. Guess what? I also place upon that altar everything I think I need today. Everything I think I need. I am as God created me. God is my source, my sustenance, my everything, my all. My love. And I am willing this day to pause and place upon this altar everything in every place where fear has made a home within my being. The cares, the concerns, any sense of otherness, I place upon the altar. And it's transformed and transmuted. I need do nothing. And as this becomes my practice, I walk forth in allowance this day. And peace washes over me now. I accept the peace of God. I accept the peace of God. I accept peace washing over me. And that peace goes before me. And as it does, it makes crooked places straight. It holds my hand, it whispers in my ear, it tugs at my heart. And as I walk forth as Christ this day, lo and behold, all things are made new. I see with new eyes. I am guided perfectly what to say and when to be still. And so I call forth a blessing upon us all this day. May this peace abide in our heart. May we affirm and claim throughout the day, I am committed to awakening. I am alive, awake, aware. I desire only to be as God created me. And I allow correction to come as I place upon the altar of my heart all that I think I am, all that I think I know. And the certainty of Christ informs my being. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, Infinite Spirit, for this promise that my awakening is assured and done as I walk through heaven this day. I bless my brothers and sisters. I say thank you for joining me. We are one. I love you. I bless you. Namaste.